Okay. All right. Scorpio, you're up. All right, let's get you set up here, Scorpio. All right. This is Tarot Lumination with your full moon report, April 10th, 2017 for you, Scorpio. What I'd like to do is ask if you could watch the preview, All Signs preview. It tells you a little bit about the charts and the planets and everything that's going on. For you, Scorpio, what I'm seeing with this big fat triangle, big fat trine going on with Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, what it's telling me, feels to me like it's to do with work, money, career, money, health, and career, something like that. Work, money, health, and career. Okay, that's what I'm feeling, and I hope that sort of makes sense to you, where you're getting some truth revealed, some reality checks that are happening, but because of the big fat fire trine, it's not going to be so painful, the realizations. It's that energy of like, okay, we're watching you, Scorpio. We know you're doing your best to get your act together. We want you to make the best of this, okay? But we're just letting you know, excuse the airplanes, okay? Just letting you know that you got to take care of business, okay, Scorpios? You got to take care of business. Watch your health, watch your money, watch your career very, very carefully. What is the truth of what's happening in those departments of your life, okay? Very, very, very important stuff, Scorpio. Now, also, we've got the big fat T-square, you know, with Capricorn and Aries and Libra, and it's culminating in this full moon with Libra over up in your 12th house, which is your spirituality, the house of self-undoing, the house of losses, the house of like letting go, the house of where we stuff everything that we don't understand in life. It's the kitchen drawer, the dumpster, the basement, the garage, where we just stuff all our crap. And it's like, it might be that with this full moon, there's some revelations, maybe even shocking revelations, or maybe even delightful revelations, or even surprises that are unfolding for you in the world of your spirit, your spirituality, especially in the relationships that you cherish, your most deeply cherished relationships that touch on the spiritual aspects of your nature. And in this regard, you may be discovering, or revelations may be occurring about like power struggles or imbalances, where you have been disempowered through words, through your own words to others, or through others' words to you. In other words, lies and deceptions and betrayals and deceit and fraud. Okay? And that's very unhealthy, okay? And it needs to be dealt with. And so we're dealing with it. All right, Scorpio? It's not all doom and gloom, okay? You're not getting absolutely direct hits, per se, you know, but anyway, let's move on, okay? I've done enough gibbering. Don't forget, watch for your rising sign and your moon sign, okay, as well, to get broader perspective. I'm trying to be more responsible with these videos and like giving you better guidance overall for everybody so that you can get more illumination in your life, all right? One last little spin, Scorpio. We'll have a clean deck. And like we do on the Sunday Night Lives, it's just 3 little cards and a bit of background weather, okay? And I hope this is going to help for you. I'll stop talking now. Let's just do this properly. Let's get into it. All right, Scorpio? All right, what have we got here? What have we got? Here's the situation. Here's some challenges, maybe, and hopefully this is a way we can handle it. And what's going on in the background? Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, yeah ha 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 ha. Deep, 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 deep down, like, you know, like when you wake up in the early morning and you kind of go like, sniff, 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 I smell good weather. Like, oh my God, it's going to be a beautiful day. I was hoping for this. It's kind of like that energy. Like, oh, okay. And it's like, it's almost like they call this like the wish card, wishes coming true. So there might be, like, if you've been doing all the homework and if you've been grinding through all this Pluto and Capricorn energy and all this Saturn and Sagittarius energy, the big hard T-square with Aries and Libra, and just getting your way through it, just doing the work responsibly day after day after day, and just living with it, it might be that you're starting to see results in terms of like little nuggets of happiness, like it, and they add up. They start to add up, Scorpio, little by little by little by little by little. So over the rest of this spring and the summer, it's really going to become more and more evident, especially with Saturn and Sagittarius going through your second house regarding money, okay? Like the tangible things in your life, your values, what you value, what you believe, what you hold value, what is mine, what is yours, your talents, your gifts. You might be starting to see them have a tangible value in the world, okay? And that feels good, all right? And you deserve it too, all right, Scorpio? So let's see what's going on. What's the situation here? Okay, despite all that lovely, lovely stuff going on, and despite all your challenges, and despite dealing with them as best you can, there are certain matters that are still very deeply buried that are not being addressed. Okay, Scorpio? And these are probably very, very delicate issues that are, let's say, in the back of your mind, but coming into the forefront of your mind, where you're probably aware that you're going to have to make decisions and you don't want to. It's understandable, okay? It's totally understandable. A lot of us go through this, especially with this weather coming up in April. The planets are just like convulsing, going into all these retrogrades. Even Pluto is retrograding. We've got Venus already retrograde. Mercury's going to flip soon, just in a few days. And I'm not going to even have any time to do the reports for that, honestly. And Saturn's retrograding. And it's going to probably bring up an awful lot of very, very deeply buried truths that you know are there. And you're kind of like avoiding dealing with them. It's understandable, okay? We can only bite off life in so many little chunks at a time, and we have to do it very gently and very delicately. So what I'm suggesting here, what I'm feeling is that with this good momentum, so long as you are, conducting your life responsibly and taking charge and just dealing with the realities of Saturn and Pluto, like looking down on you, as the little hidden truths are starting to be revealed, the situation might be that you're just going to have to look at them, okay? Even though you don't want to, okay? This is the card that indicates I'm deciding not to decide. And that's a decision in itself, okay? I hope that makes sense, Scorpio. But don't worry. What is the challenge with all of this, okay? The challenge, Scorpio, is that I see this as twofold. It might be that you are facing an opponent in the mirror, okay? The opponent might be symbolism of like your alternate self. This may be someone else in your world who symbolizes like the shadow side of yourself. And this could be the challenge that when it comes to the power issues to do with all that Capricorn stuff and Pluto, and with all the the reality checks and the truth police coming in with all that Sagittarius and Saturn energy, it might be that you're feeling challenged to be this, okay? To be the master of inspiration, to wear the crown, to wear the robes of mastery, and to symbolize spirit, vitality, and inspiration, not only for yourself, but for others. Like Scorpio, typically you'd like to operate behind the scenes, okay? You're very, very comfortable there. You don't need a lot of glamour and lights and glitz and glory. But you have to understand that, let's have a look. Let me think here. November, December, January, March. With Leo energy coming up and the lunar nodes moving into Leo very soon, the issues of your career are going to be really front and center for you, where you're going to be expected to rise up and be this, to be this master, to wear the crown, to wear the robes of inspiration and vitality and bringing light and hope to other people. But you have to be able to do that within yourself first before you can radiate that to others. So you might be scared of your own brilliance and your own light, and you might be feeling intimidated that you're never actually going to make it. But it's okay. We're going to deal with it. We're going to figure this out, okay? Okay, Scorpio? Don't be scared of your own power. Don't be scared of your own light. If people are starting to look at you for inspiration, if people are starting to come to you for inspiration, and you're doubting whether you can be that inspiration for others because you doubt whether you have that inspiration for yourself, that's the challenge. So how are you going to overcome that doubt? Because there's definitely doubt and indecision going on here in a big way, Scorpio. So how are we going to deal with it? Okay, whatever it is that has been causing such, let's say, deep anxiety, not just anxiety, but crushing, devastating pain. This isn't like an ongoing thing. This is the energy of total betrayal, deception, lies, treachery, deceit, and fraud that has been perpetrated upon you. Okay? Now, in this position with this little card and this little reading, what I feel obliged to tell you is to truly look in the mirror and understand and accept that this energy is for real, it's not imagined, and you maybe didn't deserve any of this, but it happened anyway. And it was ugly, it was mean, and it was painful, okay? But it's done, it's over, it's history, it's culminated to this point, and by the time of the full moon, a lot of this pain, this deep, deep pain, may be coming to the surface for revelations, and guess what? For healing, because you gotta reveal it to heal it. Do you understand, Scorpio? All this pain, all this suffering that might have been going on in the very, very sensitive part of your 12th house, okay? Libra, Jupiter and Libra in the 12th house, really expanding, like shining a very bright light on what went wrong there in terms of your like commitments to spirituality, commitments to spirit, and others' so-called commitments to you, which may have actually become turned into utter betrayals and falsehoods. There's almost nothing more painful than the betrayal of innocence, Scorpio. And if your innocence was betrayed, that would account for this pain. And with that much pain, okay, you have to understand that you were part of the equation, because in the 12th house, it's also the house of self-undoing, especially in profound relationships regarding the 12th house. So please understand that even though you meant no harm, you might have been complicit in your own self-undoing when it comes to profoundly important relationships that touch you at the very core of your spirit, okay? So the way to deal with this closely guarded secrets of stuff that you don't want to deal with it is to face it, okay? This and this are working together here. You are behaving like this to avoid this. So the way to move forward and rise to the challenge of becoming your fully empowered spirited self, the inspiration that you truly are, and really shine as a highly evolved Scorpio is to not only just face the pain, but walk through it and come to the other side. Accept that you had some hand to play in your own self-undoing, and then move on. Be honest about it, okay? Because it's coming at you, and it's a revelation. So take advantage of this. Really, seriously, Scorpio, take advantage of this when it comes to the surface, okay? This could be very, very healing for you, okay, Scorpio? So I hope that makes sense. It sounds wacky with this card here, but I see it. I understand it from my perspective for you, Scorpio. I hope you get it too. All right? So read for your moon, read for your rising, okay, Scorpio? And all the best. Bye-bye. Happy full moon.